we're going to get into our first interview, and that's with Brian Belt from the Creative Awareness Arts Gallery, a new place. And we're going to then go to Miracle Bagels and then have our interview with the Over the Goal Women's Business Academy leader, Dr. Derry and Philly, in the 5 o'clock hour. So thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for all this fine information. And I, as you know, I'm always interested in business and things happening in Hudson and in Greene County and Catskill, in particular. And today I was walking by a very cool space that I had seen many times that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And I decided to find out what it is. And lo and behold, it is a new storefront, which is run by the Mental Health Awareness and Creative Art Gallery, and it's at 717 Columbia Street. And it looks really cool and fascinating. It had all sorts of art on the in the storefront. And we have an opportunity to talk to Brian Belt, and he was there and he runs the place. And Brian, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Randall?
I am very well, and thank you for coming on. As I said, I just passed by. I was going to go to the juice branch, and happened to see you guys in a fantastic. It looks like a meeting, but you have a fantastic window and a variety of different masks and arts display. Tell me what you got. You're fairly new there at Columbia Street. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, we just opened up in early September. The Mental Health Awareness and Creative Arts Gallery has a space that has a variety of artwork on display by those people in recovery from serious mental health problems or serious mental health diagnoses. And it serves as a recovery and support resource center for the public. I happen to have a schizophrenia diagnosis, but a number of years ago, I was fortunate. I got into recovery classes through the Mental Health Association of Columbia Greene Counties. And over time, I developed recovery skills to the point that I am now a recovery specialist. And
Wow.
I've been, I had been doing support groups at the psychiatric unit at Columbia Memorial for almost 9 years until the pandemic hit. And I was a volunteer teacher at the Mental Health Association as well until the pandemic. But I came up with this idea a few years ago and began the process of incorporating and pulling together people that I knew, peers that were artistic and creative. And over time, we gathered our team. We built a good team of just amazing, talented individuals that also happen to have serious mental health diagnoses.
Now, so if I understand you correctly, then you in particular, like the arts and making art and the process of making art actually helped you with your diagnosis.
Absolutely. Art, creative work is very therapeutic, and it cuts across lines no matter what kind of mental health diagnosis you may have. I've seen individuals that use art as a way to heal their mental health struggles.
Wow. And you would never the art is so sophisticated, and you would never know. I just thought it was just like a regular gallery, and today you guys had a happening. So there's quite a bit of talent going on there, but also, there's actual therapy happening at the same time.
Well, actually, we just began a few weeks ago the art school of Columbia County
Okay.
offered to provide teachers for special art classes on Mondays. So what you saw today was one of our art classes. So it's not during gallery hours. Our gallery hours are Thursday through Saturday,
I
11 to
see.
7. And right now we have a Monday art class from 2 to 4. And it is very popular. Actually, we are at capacity at the moment. So
It seemed like it. It seemed like there was quite a bit going on there. And
yeah.
what led you to? Well, how did you find out that art and creative expression was a good outlet in terms of your own health outcomes?
Well, for myself, I do digital artwork, and I found it very therapeutic to stylize using different computer programs, shapes and images into different styles. And usually, I would add music tracks to that as well,
Hmm.
and come up with videos, and or just stylized photos. And I found that it was very it relieved my anxiety quite a bit. And I know that a lot of our artists, they use their artwork, you know whatever they're using, whether it be painting or drawing, or we have one featured artist that does stamp carving.
Uh-huh.
And they all say that it helps them relax. And that's important. You need to find ways to relieve stress, especially when you're dealing with serious mental health disorders.
Well, I know my daughter when she was going in high school. She had a rough patch where she was, as teenagers go through things, and she, by I got her a guitar, and she really that really helped her, and now she's got 7 guitars, and she's a rock guitar player, and it really made a difference, in her life, in her confidence, in her anxiety. It really became a lifelong not only skill, but it's a form of therapy for her.
Yep, absolutely. And music is a creative art form as well. And one of the things I should mention is that, our artists, stigma is typically, related to serious mental health disorders, has been a problem. And usually it's a barrier for people to seek recovery-based solutions to their mental health problems. And my thought was, why not, get a team together and get out just in a very public forum,
Hmm.
um, and showcase our art. And by doing so, we help eliminate that stigma, because people come in and they look at the art and they look at the work and they go, wait, that person, had severe depression, they were suicidal, and they created this. Wow. And that makes the artists feel proud. They feel like they're finally getting, the positive attention that they've always deserved.
Oh,
And that,
absolutely. That's what I
Yeah.
was going to say. Like you go by, the gallery, and it's so intriguing. You right now you got an artist there in the window, and I notice on one side there are all these decorated masks, and on another side there's a T-shirt with a mannequin and some
Mm.
cool lettering and graphics, and it stops you in your tracks, and you look and say, like a
Yeah.
lot of what you see on Warren Street is
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
completely creative, and you look there and you're like, wow, this is a new creative shop that has all these interesting clothes, and it certainly is a fascinating thing to look at. And now when I heard the backstory, I'm like, wow, this is quite a compliment to Warren Street, and I would imagine it's like you said, very uplifting to your artists.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It makes them feel like they are worthwhile people. Not only worthwhile, but they deserve positive attention. And I should also mention that Loki Anthony is the
Yes.
fellow who does the fashion art design artwork. And that's the mannequin that you saw on display.
Yep.
Um, and another another thing that may interest your viewers is that our artists are regularly featured on the NAMI of Columbia County's website in the form of the Artist Gallery webpage on their website. And if you go to their website,
Which
you
is
will namiccny.org. You can go to the Artist Gallery space, and that will show the artists that we've showcased over the years on their website.
now for your artists, having the opportunity to be showcased on Warren Street, where so many visitors and tourists come. Has it, have your artists been able to have breakthroughs in terms of their work being discovered or seen or purchased?
Well, they're definitely getting a lot of attention for sure, positive attention.
Right.
And some of the artists that are willing to sell some of the work, some aren't willing to sell their work, but
Okay.
they just want to have it on display. But those that are selling their work that will be on display, that um, they're selling their work, you know, to the general public as they come by, which is nice because it's an extra source of income for them as well. And I should say that 100% of the money received for art that is sold at the Mental Health Awareness and Creative Arts Gallery goes to that artist. We are only we only we use our donations to cover our operating expenses.
Okay. Now, what about the other aspects of art? There's a lot of times, and we talk about this on the show because I talk about business and I talk a lot with creatives. What about sort of the helping of the artist sort of be able to understand the whole business mechanism of either selling art or creating art or how to get in the gallery? Do you guys handle that, or is it just a space for creation?
It's just a space for creation and showcasing art.
Got it.
As well, it is a mental health awareness resource center. So we have informational, packets, pamphlets for people that are interested in pursuing recovery, based endeavors in their life. And there are a number of programs that I'm personally connected with that can provide classes and outreach work to help individuals get through some of these, mental health difficulties, you know, in addition, to art creative work.
Right. Huh. And you when you curate these shows and curate these different sort of exhibits, is there like a time when you like do different theme shows or work with different artists per cycle, quarter or
What?
month or whatever, or is it just sort of free form as the
Well,
work comes in?
yes, actually, we're listed on the Hudson Gallery crawl,
Mm,
thanks to Jeremy Bullis. So what we do is every second Saturday of the month, like all the major galleries down Warren Street, is we feature one of our our artists on our team and give them a whole area to display their artwork. And currently, we have Edlyn Trinity Bindler, and she is a master stamp carver, and she has a number of her prints that have been printed through stamps that she has carved over the years.
very nice. Now, did I hear you say something that you had something special also going there during, was it Arts Walk or Winter Walk?
Yeah, once when Winter Walk comes around, we will have a special display up, and I'm I'm hoping Loki Anthony is able to do a live show with some of his fashion art and a few of our other artists that are willing to do live art during the Winter Walk.
Very nice. And what are your goals? What are your personal goals for the space? What would you like to see ultimately be accomplished and come out of your work and setting up this organization and this venue for art?
Well, I think our primary goal is to eliminate stigma and bias as it relates to serious mental health disorders. And through art, beauty, creative work as a backdrop for that message. And by doing so, I believe we can transform the hearts and minds of everyone towards a more loving, supportive environment.
Very, very, very nice. If how can people find out more about your organization and get involved, donate, or come see your shows?
Well, if you are in Hudson, you can come. Our gallery hours are always Thursday through Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Except on second Saturday, we stay open a little later.
Hmm.
And we have a very active Facebook page. And we began that in the year 2018. And we have a number of our artists on display on our Facebook page. They can go to that Facebook page. They just have to type in mental health awareness and creative arts gallery,
Hmm.
and it will come up. And actually, you will see if anybody does that, they will see what we did today, which we did a little brief live filming of um, the art class that was hosted by the Art School of Columbia County. And in addition, I co-manage the artist gallery space, as I mentioned, on the NAMI of Columbia County's website.
And the NAMI, and that's the Mental Health
It
Association.
stands for National Alliance on
Gotcha.
Mental Illness,
Okay.
Columbia County, and they just it's NAMI for short,
Gotcha.
NA.
Well, and is there a website for specifically for the gallery? Yeah.
At the moment, we don't have our own website, but we are definitely, looking forward to that in the future.
Okay, and that's in progress. But through your Facebook page, people can find out
The
what your
Facebook
events
page
are.
it'll give you, it'll get you into everything that we're doing.
Great, and it lets people know how to contact you and how to find out more.
And they can donate through the Facebook page as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you
And
so much, Brian,
yes,
for the interview. I know it's kind of last minute, but again, I was fascinated by your place and what you guys are doing, and it's a great addition to Hudson. And it's a different kind of gallery. We have a lot of creative spaces, but certainly yours is a very beautiful and creative space with a purpose.
yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Randall.
Hey, well, thank you, my friend, and we'll talk soon. And to our audience out there, WGXC, we will be right back after the short break.